And in some ways, when you look back, I go, that's got to be probably the best decision, or one of the best decisions I ever made. So the challenge, and this is kind of a more complicated thing, was we got to build a business now. And now you cannot build a business on streaming. But if we build this business entirely on DVDs, it'll be great for a while, but eventually DVDs will go away. So you're stuck.
Yeah.
And so instead we got to position this delivery agnostic. This cannot be the fastest way to ship plastic, nor can it be the best way to stream. It's got to be something that will survive. And so the positioning that we came up with, it's the best way to find movies you love. Because we knew that worked now.
Yeah, yeah.
Find a movie you love, we'll give it to you on DVD.
Yeah.
But it'll also work in X years when they're streaming. Find a movie you love, we'll stream it to you. And the beauty of it is it'll work 10 years from now.
Yeah.
When people are projecting it holographically using their, I don't know, their helmets or whatever.
VR, whatever.
Whatever, or beaming it into your fillings or however they do it in 20 years from now, it won't make a difference. And so the beauty is we built a company that worked then, and where every single piece of equity we built, every customer we added on, all the emotion that went behind believing in Netflix carried through once streaming did arrive. And in some ways, when you look back, I go, that's got to be probably the best decision, or one of the best decisions I ever made, was positioning it that way. Because so many companies can see there's going to be a technological shift in the future, and they don't prepare themselves for it. Or they continue to double down, investing time and energy and building equity in something which is ultimately going to go away, or leave them vulnerable to being disrupted by someone else who's willing to say, I'm going to go for the future and not be beholden to the past.
But that means they have to do both, right? They have to be aware of where the future is going. Like you guys were aware streaming is the future, but you took action to seize the opportunity today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? That way you're seizing it today, you're aware of it, but sometimes they go too far, right? They're building only for the future, or, right? You seized it, but you knew where you were going.
I totally agree. I mean, the analogy I used, I was quite cleverly, I'll say, a couple days ago, was it's almost like rowing a rowboat across a river or something like that. I mean, you have got to focus on your stroke and really put your back into it. But in a rowboat, you're facing this behind you. So periodically, you've got to be doing this. And going, where am I going? And making sure that you're actually going in the right direction. But if you spend your whole time doing like this, and you're flailing the oars, and that is the challenge of starting a company, is you've got to focus on the here and now, because the here and now is what's here and now.
Sure.
But if you're not cognizant of where you're going and course correcting and taking into account the currents and the weather and all the weird shit that can push you off course, you're screwed too.